play Harry Potter.
Hey guys, this is the final 12 days of extras. Now, unlike the other videos, this is not going to be a moment from a Harry Potter game. Well, it's from the Wonderbook Book of Spells that I bought the other day, and this is just a preview of it. Now, I will not be talking through it, so make the most of my voice now, if my voice isn't irritating, that is. And you will see the history of the Levitation charm, Wingardium Leviosa, and I hope you enjoy that. And Merry Christmas to everybody, and I shall see you for the We Play Harry Potter News 33, which should be up soon. And once again, Merry Christmas and enjoy.
Nice wand work. You can also stop reading at any time by holding the circle button. The Levitation charm is one of the first spells learnt by any young witch or wizard. With the charm, a witch or wizard can make things fly with the flick of a wand. The charm is an excellent test of your magical skill, wand control, and above all, patience. There you have it. For every spell you learn, you'll first get a description of the spell from the author. Oh, look! There's more to find out about the spell. Looks like Miranda Gosshog also put a wizarding story about the Levitation charm into her book. Pull up the glowing picture with your wand to read the story, or just turn the page. Looks like we're going to hear a tale about this spell. Ready? It's up to you. Do you want to read the story now or later? Use your wand to choose. Point at one of the tabs. Hold the T button, then slide the tab out. That's it. The Levitation charm was invented in 1544 by Warlock Jarlath Hobart, who mistakenly believed that he had at last succeeded in doing what wizard kind had so far failed to do, and learnt to fly. Hobart invited a large crowd of wizards, including the chief warlock of the Wizengamot, to witness his maiden flight. On the 16th of July, 1544, Hobart climbed onto the roof of the local church. And after several speeches and a rousing performance of the... it seems your spell book is testing you. There's a word missing from the story. Point your wand at one of the tabs on the side of the book. Then hold the T button and slide the tab out. That definitely wasn't right. Yes, after a rousing performance of the national anthem, he leapt into midair. At first, Hobart appeared to have succeeded. He hung in midair for nearly 3 minutes, until the crowd grew impatient to see him move somewhere. In response to their catcalls, Hobart began to perform vigorous swimming movements, which had no effect. Mistakenly believing that he was being hampered by his heavy boots and... another missing word. Jarlath's going to throw something away, but what? Point at one of those 2 words, hold the T button, and slide the tab out. Oh, too quick, you need to hold... Oh, believing he was being hampered by his heavy robes, he took them off and tossed them away. Upon removal of these items, Hobart dropped 10 feet, and it became painfully clear to those watching from below that far from weighing him down, they had been helping to keep him airborne. Infuriated by the increasing laughter of the onlookers, Hobart continued to strip. Until finally, on removal of his... Oh dear, what do you think he removed next? pull out a tab to choose. On removal of his underpants, he plummeted to the earth, completely naked. Breaking 16 bones and earning himself a fine for what the chief warlock described as outrageous silliness. Humiliated, Hobart returned home and continued his work. He eventually realized that he had invented a spell that would lift objects into the air and could cause them to hover for varying lengths of time, depending on their weight and the skill of the spellcaster. Small animals and even children might be levitated, but once airborne, they had no control over their direction of movement. Hobart consequently made a second announcement, and another, even larger crowd assembled to watch his new demonstration, hoping for another hearty laugh at his expense. The new demonstration was initially much more successful than the first. Hobart showed the onlookers how he could lift a variety of objects, ranging from small rocks all the way up to... What else could this spell levitate? Pull out one of the tabs to try it. No, that's not how it goes. That's it. He could lift fallen trees. Unfortunately, the cheers of the crowd went to Hobart's head, and he decided for a finale to levitate the chief's hat. It was only then that he, and indeed the crowd, realized that the chief wore a wig. Hobart only survived the resulting duel by levitating the chief's robes over his head and running for it. There you go. Now, some spells in the book will have wizarding stories to go with them, left especially by Miranda. I mean, our esteemed author. This spellbook has some powerful magic indeed. Time for you to do some magic of your own. I think you're ready to learn to cast this spell. Wand at the ready and turn the page to learn it. The Levitation Charm is one of the first spells learnt by any young witch or wizard. With the charm, a witch or wizard can make things... Wingardium Leviosa! The magic words for the Levitation Charm are Wingardium Leviosa. Be sure to make the gar nice and long. Say the incantation aloud nice and clearly now. 3, 2, 1. Good, nice and loud. That's the incantation learnt. Now time for the wand gesture you must make to cast the spell. Pull the gesture diagram up from the page. This spell is all in the wrist. Keep your wand hand loose and perform a nice, smooth swish and flick movement. This is it. To cast a spell, you trace the gesture shape while holding the move button on your controller. Hold down the move button, trace the shape, then let go. Good stuff. Can you trace the shape again from memory? Uh-huh. That's it. See that symbol in the corner? That means you've cast the spell. Now, you don't need to press the move button or make the gesture again. You can keep using this spell till you cast another. Now, with the Levitation Charm, you point your wand at an object, then hold the T button to levitate it. Remember, to use this spell, just point, then hold the T button. Oh, here we go. Try levitating that jar. Point at it and hold the T button. You're doing well. Now try landing the jar safely back on the book. Oh, well, you've got the levitation basics. These things don't grow on trees, you know. Levitate the jar again and try to land it carefully. Try levitate, put the jar safely back down on the book so we can move on. You're doing well. Now try landing the jar safely back on the book. Yes, well done. You can keep levitating, or we can move on. You can return the book to normal at any time by holding the circle button. Slippery little things, eh? I knew it would come to this.